Nova has been a consistent team in CRL. That speaks a lot to, where I put these teams. Even, you take a look at Akron. They're a team that's been in CRL for a long time, right? And they have consistently, every season, been a very good team, at least a top 4, if not the best team in CRL. And I think Nova is just a step below that, right? They kind of sit in that top 4, maybe that 5 range every once in a while, but like Achieve said, they're kind of the gatekeepers to the top 4, and I absolutely agree with that. So for me, it should be a win here for Nova. It's really on Sault College how they come out here today and how they take on the Nighthawks.
Now, Duck, try to get things going to start it off. Chiller and Extra, no slouch in the games that they do win, and they've had some close ones too. While their record hasn't been the best, and Buso will pick up the first goal, they've had their moments, but their work is definitely cut out for them, as we've mentioned, and Nova take the lead early. And so Corelli will be getting right back in, but for now, Nova taking the ball right back. Titanium finds Josher Squasher, and Duck just got that clear out. Rotation for Sault pretty wide on the defensive structure. Chiller looking for Extra downfield and finds him, so the looks are there on defense, but they've been having trouble getting past their own third, and Josher Squasher especially has been cutting back in when he needs to and even getting a couple of demos. Buso hopping over one, almost got his second goal. And Josher Squasher, we'll call him Josher. Josher Squasher's a mouthful, but here comes Sault back on offense. Extra takes one player out. Chiller can't get around Buso either, and that might be an open net. Titanium slows it down. He did have Extra coming close, didn't want to just kick the ball away and give Sault a potential counterattack opportunity. And Titanium just keeping the ball away. Corelli, Sault have been playing a lot of defense in this last minute or so.
And I think that's kind of the expectation when you look at this matchup. There's a lot more threat on this Nova Nighthawks team, and you're really seeing it now. A lot more control and intention behind the ball for Nova, and for Sault College, they really have just tried to stay above water at the moment. You're seeing a lot of pressure, especially in that final third. That's a fine clear, at least maybe by Josher for Sault College here. And maybe they could put something together. Jorby, Nova hasn't built a massive lead. They haven't put on a shot on the Sault College side, but it's not like Nova are blowing them out of the water quite yet. They just have a lot of the possession and control at the moment.
Yeah, just kind of playing safe. After they got that first goal, not trying to commit too much. They'll send 2 up pretty aggressively, and of course, as I'm saying that, you see all 3 positioned at the attacking third. Duck will punch it back, but Josher's pretty solid on the rotation. And we'll get the ball down over towards Titanium, but Titanium especially, he's picking his battles. He's not jumping at everything. He's had a couple passes thrown his way, but if he sees a defender in traffic on Sault, he opts to not take it, and that it's better to stay on the ground in those situations. You can react to the play, because Sault are definitely diving at a lot of these opportunities, feeling that pressure from Nova.
And a lot of their clears really not going anywhere. You can see Extra. I think he accidentally landed on the ball there, but it just kind of goes to show what happens when you don't get the ball out in enough time. And Nova poaching the top of the box, waiting to see where this Sault College team was going to go with the ball, rather. And great challenge from Buso, and it comes right out to Titanium, and that is not the man you want to be on the ball. If you're any defense playing against Nova, he will put it away. He has been an impressive force and really one of the best players in CRL that we've seen. And he has led this Nova Nighthawks team to plenty of high-profile wins.
And the culmination of all of that pressure that they had been building, even if they weren't putting shot after shot on net. Ooh, Titanium just hit off the crossbar. Buso especially has been causing havoc when he gets in front of the box. But Titanium's heating up. Josher couldn't find the ball, or he did find the ball rather, couldn't find the net, and now Duck downfield maybe to receive a pass. No, Chiller just takes a shot on net. Sault have a couple of good looks. I like how they look on the transition. They usually have a man downfield. Extra, he makes a good challenge there. Chiller will just dump it in front of Josher. Josher getting harassed by Chiller on the side. But there are definitely, there's definitely aspects of Sault's offense that I think they can use to their advantage and find a hole in this Nova defense, but Josher throws another one away.
And now you're seeing Sault College finally get their lines out. That's a double commit from Extra and Chiller, though, and that might just open up some space for Titanium to get by. He's got no boost here. Chiller with his back turn. But that was a good couple of seconds from Sault College on the offensive side of things. They got their line to push up past half field. They were able to get some boost in their tank and steal away from Nova. And here they come again. Chiller could put this one away. Huge save, though, from Titanium. And still Sault College can't find it. Extra's going to turn it around. They'll get there first with 18 seconds left.
Extra caught everyone out on the rotation. So Busso was looking for the clear. And I was trying to look and see who was behind him, but both Titanium and Joshua were both in midfield. Though Busso just needed to buy more time for his teammates to get back, and he kicked it away. And, you know, big props to Extra on the heads-up play. Hang on, Titanium. Oh, it's 2 crossbar bangs for Nova. Couldn't get the insurance at the end. Sue won and can't get the second. Busso grabbed the rebound, but Chiller picks up another one. Ball a little too far away from him, and now it's up to Duck to keep it in the air, but Joshua beats him to the ball, and the Nighthawks take the first game.
So I think this went just about as expected if you're a Nova Nighthawks fan. They had most of the control through this game. They obviously scored the first goal, and while they only won by 1 goal, they generated a lot of dangerous chances. I think the scoreline would have been a lot higher had Nova not put a dent in the crossbar. I think 4 of their shots hit the crossbar. However, I do want to point out that the second Sault College stopped playing defense, they were able to break out from their end. You know, it was like 3.5 minutes of them staying in their back end. They, like I said before, they were able to push that line up to half field. You could actually see the Nova side really start to break down a little bit. There was some opportunity for Sault College. Obviously, Extra got the goal for them, but I think there was a couple other chances that Sault College just weren't able to capitalize on keeping that possession and keeping those chances dangerous. But it's something that Nova has to look out for. If they're going to win by a 1-goal margin, they can't afford Sault College to have those chances.
Not at all, especially Nova playing for seeding, playing for better seeding in the playoffs and not wanting to fall down to the bottom half of that playoff spot. You'd like to stay number 3, at the very least number 4, but if Sault play them as close as they did, then they might have to sweat a little bit more. Busso, he scored the first in game 1 for Nova, but you know, much more aggressive on the challenges for Sault. They're approaching a lot of these challenges confidently, Corelli, but Chiller's in a tough spot. Josh there punishes, and that will be the first goal for the Nighthawks.
Yeah, and this one's a bit unfortunate for Chiller. Just didn't get enough power. You got to put this one to a side. Instead, he kind of just lops it up to Josher, and he will eat that one up every single time. And that's just a poor clear coming out from Chiller. And unfortunate, too. It felt like you had just pointed out, Jorby, Sault College really picking up the pace. They were able to get those challenges, especially in that midfield line. I think it's just so important. And they were looking a lot better here, and unfortunate to give up that first goal.
Something Nova have just been consistent at doing against Sault, even when they get caught out a couple of times, is, again, good at picking their battles when it's best for them. Josh having to pick up another save here. But, you know, I saw Busso, and then you saw Titanium earlier. And they'll let Sault dive at these aerial challenges, or at least the ones that they're expecting to be challenges. It just feels like Sault want to play aggressive in the air like that, but Nova, when they pull off on those challenges, it just takes Sault's possession away, essentially, and then Nova are just able to shovel the ball out because of it. Josh are taking the ball away again here in midfield.
And Josh are doing a great job to work the sideline. He does pinch it across that Sault College net. You're seeing that Nova offense start to clamp down. Titanium's waiting back post. I don't think he can get around to that. A bit too far. Still Josser trying to keep it on as the Nighthawks looking to double up their lead, but it's Extra who will break away only for a moment to be eaten up by Titanium. Josher's up. Can he drop it down? That shot's going to be wide. And Duck has a little bit of space to work with to break out for Sault College.
Massive midfield challenge. Sault had not been able to get anybody downfield, and in fact, nobody. Well, Extra does get, or Duck, excuse me, gets back for the save. Titanium takes away Busso on that play, although I think either player would have just given it back up to Sault on that last touch. But on these last midfield challenges, the last 3, Corelli, they've gone to Sault, and they're still getting aggressive in front. Just couldn't find the ball that time. Extra found Busso instead, and now they have to pick up another save. Duck next on the rotation, but the ball got away from him. Titanium on the backside, but Extra takes away the rebound. Josher setting up another opportunity? No, that's just one to buy time for Nova to get reset.
And great patience from Duck to catch that one on the bounce for a larger clear. And just getting his team out of their own end. They had spent a lot of time there so far. That's a good pass across. Extra's there. He does get a piece of it, but definitely not on target. And Nova, big clear over to the midfield. Busso can't get the touch. Duck again there as that last man for Sault College to clear out.
First time Extra had a little bit of space, but he didn't have a lot of boost to do anything with it. But during that time, everybody from Sault was kind of hanging back, expecting that ball to be immediately boom back. You know, I don't think that they're going to generate a lot of offense unless they start committing two players to some kind of form. Like if Extra, you know he has the ball in front and he's on low boost, someone's got to be ready for a quicker follow-up. They can't play so relaxed off the ball.
Two Nova players running into each other on that clear, and Sault College still has an opportunity here. Again, Nova aren't blowing them out, and a demo could mix things up for them. They can put something on target. Busso doing a lot of work in the midfield. He has been a nuisance for this Sault College. Not only the midfield, but even on that defensive end on the orange side. Busso has just been in the face of Duck. He's been in the face of Extra as well. These two guys been playing a lot more defense than offense. Duck, though, trying to play through and couldn't get past Busso once again.
Good patience by Busso. Had to wait a little bit. You know, you dive at that ball a little early, it could end up turning into a challenged own goal, or, you know, it just rolls off the top of your car. Then you really want to just force that ball to the corner. You don't want an awkward challenge in front of the box. And Sault are just lost for any kind of offense. Every time they grab midfield, Nova somehow just sneak possession away and take the ball out, play it to the corners. They find the gaps
No one's
where
home.
Sault are at. And like you said, open net, easy goal. Nighthawks 2-goal lead.
It's another goal for Sault College that feels a bit weak. You know, you have the first one from Chiller, just the poor clear. This time, everyone committing and out of position. Nobody back for Sault College. And Nova get their second goal in really unconvincing fashion here. Sure, they're up by 2 goals, but it's just been massive mistakes from the orange side.
A lot of shots that you probably felt like shouldn't have happened when you look at the differential 9 for the Nighthawks, and then now the 5th just coming out for Sault. But I still like Sault to make Game 3 competitive, take that game, because Nova, you know, whether they've been playing off the ball a little bit harder, letting Sault play first or get the first touch because they haven't been able to follow it up. Like the follow-up has been, I think, the key. Like Busso and Titanium, Josh or Squasher, all three of them have played well in the second man spot. But for Sault, when it comes to the follow-up, it feels like the passivity, there's no confidence when they're up on the orange half, or when they're up in the blue half, excuse me, against Nova. Because consistently, it's like, we're not going to push forward unless we win this challenge 100%. Like, unless it's clear that we've won this challenge, we're not crossing the midfield line. And I feel like that's really hampering Sault's ability to actually put consistent pressure on Nova's side.
And you're not really seeing a lot of team plays come out from the Sault College side either. And that does kind of contribute to them not really having a lot of offense, so therefore they're not going to have opportunity to pass to each other. But even then, the chances that they do have, you see a lot of balls just being boomed downfield from them because I think they feel that pressure to make sure that they don't go back onto their own end because they have played so much defense, they have spent so much time in their defensive third that they just are trying to break out to make sure that, hey, maybe we can throw the ball down the field and chase after it, but that's really what's not going to work here against this Nova squad who has very clearly been the faster team.
And Joshua Squasher almost got the pass from Titanium. Busso sends another one up, but Titanium locked and loaded from his own corner. Now pops it up high in front, uses all he has in the tank off the backboard. Joshua can't put it on target. That was big missed opportunity to start off Game 3. Busso does another time-buying touch against the back wall.
Yeah, big miss from Joshua there. And Sault College might have an opportunity here. Chiller, can he put it away? Busso has to make the save. That was a dangerous ball that bounced off, and I think we're at least happy to see Sault College have someone there to take the shot. There was a lot of traffic in the net there that that ball could have gone off, so it was going to be tough to score regardless, but still a good chance for Sault College.
Struggling to get those consistent or consecutive touches, if you will. That comes clean off the back wall, but Joshua got to it in time. Nice pass in front, slowing it down. It's knocked down by Busso. Still continuing. Sue, get the goal thanks to Josher. Yeah, with a little help from your friends, you take the lead.
And that's the pass, that's the passing that we would expect. You see Duck drop it off to Chiller, and it plays it over. Extra's there for the shot. That's the key for Sault College. They can put these passes together, and you're seeing it there, a glimpse of what this team has to offer. That's a huge go-ahead goal here in Game 3.
And they get the kickoff, too. Duck able to pop that ball up in front of the back wall, and the more touches they can make awkward for Nova, the more success Sault are going to find in shots acquired on net. Extra playing that out to the side, couldn't get fully behind the ball. Now it's about trying to get out of the orange half, because Titanium, well, no one was really ready for that. Josher was a little wide on that. But Nova, this might be where, Curly, we've been hinting at it, that these games have been close. Nova, they've been content to sit on a 1-goal lead and take their chances when it's going to be clean. But this is where they're going to have to probably turn the screw a little bit more.
And I think the shooting accuracy for Nova has to go up. I mean, sure, you're generating a lot of chances, but a lot of them are going too high, they're too wide, or just completely missed. You go back to even the first chance that Nova had in this particular game, Josher Squasher, shot wasn't even on target in front of the net. So, again, Sault College able to capitalize on maybe their one big chance, but Nova, they've been able to generate more chances, but not able to capitalize here in Game 3.
Think back to the Josher attempt off of the initial pass from Titanium earlier on. Couldn't rather convert. And it's been Sault in the driver's seat in Game 3. Chiller lobs another one up. Josher will clear that out. We're reaching the 2-minute mark. Josher can't win a challenge in the orange half in this game to save his life. Titanium misses this one. Now Josher, the last man back. Chiller, all he has to do is dump this ball out center. He grabbed the boost, and the challenge is good enough for Extra. Shot on net, and Chiller tried to take out the defender, but no goal yet for Sault. Still to keep the ball in the blue half. Duck preventing what would have been a booming clear right towards the box, keeping Sault within the lead, and it all goes away just like that. Josher splits the rift.
And I don't know if he did get a piece of Extra, just the tail end of Extra. I was wondering why Extra couldn't get back to the net. It was because Titanium gave him a little nudge on his tailpipe there, and he couldn't get back around, couldn't turn around to protect the net. And just like that, Jorby, Nova are able to convert. They've only had 2 shots up until that goal. Now they're third off the kickoff. So Sault College have done better to prevent chances. But again, another wide open shot. This time, Josher puts it away, and another huge mistake from the defense of Sault College.
Now what happened on defense here? Duck had the 50, and everybody was just laterally positioned on the midfield line. Somebody's got to stagger back on that. Maybe a communication breakdown, or just a feeling of desperation of needing to get downfield quickly. They probably, if you're Sault College, those first 2 games, you finally get a lead, you probably feel like there's a thin thread on that lead, and so you really want to push forward after Nova had tied the game up. But, not out of the woods. Nova aren't out of the woods. Sault in real trouble. Chiller happy to pick up that next ball.
Yeah, it's getting a bit scary here for Sault College. There's been some mistakes now and later in this, last minute or so, but they might get a good look here. They're only down by 1 once again. It's been a very common story here against this Nova squad. Can they mount just the single goal comeback to stay alive in the series?
Titanium always coming in on the follow-ups that are on the blind side. You're usually looking for the... Oh, wait a minute! Josher missed the ball, and Duck punishes. Sault ain't out of it.
Josher had 66 boosts going up for it, used all of it, and couldn't get the touch. And I guess it's just a misread off the back wall. That back wall in this game in particular, Jorby, has not looked good from Nova. A lot of clean balls coming off that Sault College have been able to get a touch on. And that one isn't the first to find the back of the net for them. As Titanium might be able to find the right side. It does go off the post and in, and Nova back into the lead.
Yeah, Josher getting this touch. That was just real awkward. Chiller did not know how to handle it. He knew the shot was coming from Titanium, and you saw him start edging to the right because he thought, yeah, that's where he wants to shoot that. But he was still too far away from the net and couldn't cover the distance. That was a nice hard shot from Titanium. And it goes right back. Duck steals another goal off the kickoff. Well, Nova struggled on the backboard, but also the kickoff.
Oh, well, I got to give a lot of credit to Chiller. Didn't even flip on the kickoff. That was completely planned to be a bit delayed, and then he went out way wide of the ball on the left because he knew Titanium was going to do a faster kickoff, and he blocked it perfectly for Duck. Beautifully done to pull that kickoff out. Can they get the go-ahead goal, or does Nova put one in? It's off the post. Chiller again keeping them alive. Titanium still keeping it dangerous for Nova, and now it's up to Duck. Can he get out of his own end and maybe put something together for Sault College to steal away a game?
Sault doing everything they can to go kicking
Titanium.
and screaming. Josher misses after he got bumped off the play. Duck, oh, he wants to play ball. Here we go. Flipping in front. Does he have the shot?
Josher.
Oh, he almost got it. Just a little short.
Wow. And what a way to tie up the goal, or get the tying goal for Sault College. Get themselves in overtime. Can Chiller make this save? It's still a bit scary here. Josher, his shot's wide. Duck does get the clear, and they're safe for now.
Well, that was a solid chance for both shots. Just hitting it a little high. Give massive credit to Chiller. He's come up with 2 huge saves. In fact, he has all 3 assists for Sault's goals. And here's Duck with another shot. That one would have been for the hat trick to keep Sault in this match. Extra high ball, and it'll be Josher's to take.
It's really kind of a battle of 2 different tales right now. The inconsistent shooting from Nova and the inconsistent defense from Sault College. Which one will come back to bite them first? Sault College has certainly had more defensive blunders, but they've looked solid, and I think getting to this overtime might get them some hope here in this series. It's definitely a very tense one. That's a fantastic pass. Duck shot is saved away from Josher. This time able to get behind it and still making his way down the sideline.
Now, I'm so scared whenever Josher is on his own back wall because it feels like he's always waiting until the last possible moment to grab that ball, and it's gotten him in trouble on some of those leaky rebounds that have come off the blue wall. Still in the corner. Titanium comes away with it. He's got no boost, though.
Josher got the demo.
But it's stolen away, and that's going to delay things for a second. Busso, who's gone quiet for a while. Josher has the shot. It was a lob sent for extra. And downfield for Duck. Sault are surviving and maybe even thriving as they throw the ball back to the blue half.
I mean, this is the best we've seen from Sault, especially on offense. They've been able to generate 13 shots here in this game. That's more than Nova. And really, it's coming down to just that final touch. Can they find one to put away? Could be Chiller. Puts it in front of the faces of the Nova defense, and they get their first game in the series.
And Busso, the last guy in net to do something about it, just had a really poor touch in front. Wanted to cover that near post side, and he was just a little too close to the post and side flipped into the ball. It wasn't good enough. Josher ran into him, so he couldn't get the follow-up clear, and then it was pretty easy for Chiller to just knock that one into the net after the bump happened. The Nighthawks, well, Corelli, despite getting outshot completely by Sault, they certainly had some opportunities at the start of that overtime to close it out. Josher and Titanium, especially, 2 shots in particular that went off low on the crossbar.
And I know we've talked a lot about Duck here for the Sault College team, but I do want to point out Chiller had an amazing game here, not only because of the stat line, 1 goal, 3 assists, 3 saves, and 5 shots, but you got to give him a lot of credit for that kickoff that he had earlier on. I know Duck was the one who scored, but it was all Chiller to set them up for that. And I think that type of little trick is so strong for the Sault College team. It's what kept them in this game, quite frankly. And I think he's had some defensive blunders here in this series, but he certainly had stepped up in this game. Now you really got to step up again because you get the first game back. You struggled in this game, obviously. It was an overtime, but it was the best that you looked. And that's the most important thing is as you get deeper into the series, you're getting better and better. And that's exactly what's happening to Sault College now. Can they keep that going as they get into the next game? And maybe even the next game to get into a Game 5?
Sault College trying to pull off a reverse sweep. The journey has started heading to Game 4. It will certainly be a hill to climb. And, Busso, as quiet as I thought he was in that overtime, he did have 6 saves for the Nighthawks. I did feel like, Nova, I think the one thing that they fix and then they end up winning, Corelli, is that backboard. If they can clean up on the rebounds and not let things like this happen, then they could pull off a victory. But if this keeps happening, well, the wheels have fallen off the wagon.
What has happened to Josher here? That's the second time. Did he get called off? I have no idea. It didn't look like it.
I think the buttons fell off his controller.
Something happened. That was a huge mistake and really uncharacteristic of him. He's usually quite solid for this team. That's now 2 massive blunders from him. And just like that, Sault College are in the lead right off the rip. And some of the most, obviously a very crucial time for them here. And back to the drawing board, I suppose, for Nova, as they gotta, they can't just have these 1-2 goal leads. Obviously, Sault College are staying alive.
Ooh, Titanium actually got back down to the ball. Joshua trying to punch it in, and Titanium got in his way. The post Titanium, everything is going wrong for the Nighthawks. And now it's a race back to the ball, and Busso owned goal. That's the only way this play could have ended after all of that.
What on earth is happening in this Rocket League match, Jorby? Nova.
That's looking like what we were queuing the other day.
It's something like that. It's crazy to watch. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but the defense is very clearly lacking, and I think Nova, again, had that opportunity to put away the shot. Couple shots go high, quickly counterattack downfield. That was a great job by Sault College. Just because Nova, I think, had a misstep there doesn't take away from the recognition and the capability of jumping on top of it and moving downfield in a quick counterattack for Sault College. It's very important that they execute on it. And they got a little bit of help from Busso there at the end, but Nova were going to be in a tough spot either way. And now a second touch, maybe a third. Follow-up from Titanium's there, and the Nighthawks on the board.
And Busso gets a great first touch onto this ball. Beautiful boost control, and that's a tough one to try to put into the net. He didn't have a lot of boost to try to recorrect and get his nose on it, but he did enough to get that the triple touch over to Titanium. And that's the Busso you like to see. He started off really well in the match on offense, but now you're looking at Titanium, maybe getting the tie goal, and he does just like that. It takes 4 seconds total for Nova to tie the game.
And I'm a bit confused. I don't know if Duck or Extra just couldn't get to the ball, and Duck almost gets the in-and-out save there. But still, Sault College, nobody on that challenges it. That ball comes clean off the backboard, Jorby. And, we've talked about this for seasons and seasons in RLCS. We've talked about it in seasons and seasons here in CRL. You just can't have clean balls come off the backboard in really almost any fashion. Players are too good. They're going to jump right all over it. And Titanium will. He's got 2 goals to his name and leading the charge for the Nighthawks at the moment.
Joshua, he's been Nova's biggest boon, but also their biggest curse at times in this match. This time he's made a couple of really nice solid touches. Titanium ace, a great shot! Oh my goodness! He saw it, locked it up, target locked, and boom goes the net.
And he's one of the best players in CRL on follow-up, especially when things get a little disorganized, when he gets touched in air, when maybe a defender cuts the ball out. He'll still stay in the air knowing that possibly he could land on it. And that was a great example of how good Titanium is. I've said it many times before. He is certainly at the top of the list for players in CRL, and again, showing it here in this game.
Extra able to get a challenge out, but that's all that Sault have been able to get is 1 challenge, and then they're back on defense. Extra. Busso gets in the way of this next one. In fact, Busso gets in the way of everything. Titanium, you saw him, he wanted to chase that down. Pulls off at the last second, gets a pass from Joshua, and Extra can't find his way to the ball. Titanium, it's 4-goal stint. The Nighthawks flying high.
Oh, very sad for Extra here. This was absolutely savable, and unfortunately, I think backflipped when he wanted a double jump there, at least get the single jump to block that shot. It was definitely savable, so unfortunate for him to not get it. Now Titanium has an open net. Everyone was trying to secure boost on the right side for Sault College, and nobody back yet. It just happened too quick, and the Nighthawks up 5-2.
There's such an aggressive challenge from Chiller. You see Titanium coming across, and that's one you got to take a tighter angle on if you want to challenge that aggressively, but he just went too wide onto the side of it. And really, most times, you look at that and you think maybe be a little more patient on that play, but you can understand the pressure Chiller's under right now with, giving up 4 goals in, the last 40 seconds? So you can understand the urgency to move downfield and, not again, we can't get scored on again. And Sault just trying to patch the holes up in the ship, and they might find a few patches. Duck will roll that one in.
There you go.
And the Nighthawks got to be careful here because Sault will punish them on these mistakes.
And it almost looks inverse here. This looks like a very similar goal to what Sault College has been giving up. This time, Nova way overcommitted here. Sault College able to capitalize on it. Great shot from the Sault College side to at least capitalize. And here we are. You're down by 2 for Sault College. You have 2 minutes left to play, so this isn't impossible for them. And maybe a huge chance here if Duck can get a second touch. He did, but a big save from Titanium blocks the second touch and shot down. And unfortunately for Sault College, they're not going to get another one back.
And it shows you why even getting a touch on the ball in that situation from Josher could throw off Sault's assault, because Extra was positioned for that to come pretty cleanly down. He didn't expect Josher to get a touch out, which shifted it to the left just a little bit. But had he been in position for the follow-up, it would have been a goal. Instead, Busso doesn't get it. Josher does. And the Nighthawks convert their 6th and will not go quiet.
Yeah, this is really tough for Sault because you work so hard to get 1 or 2 goals back, and Nova are able to respond. And Nova now really opening up the margins here in this game. It's the first time we've really seen them take the lead and then kind of expand on it, especially by 3 goals. There hasn't been too many games here in this series where Nova's been able to kind of blow up a lead here, and that's exactly what's happened here. And more importantly, as they give up goals, they're able to quickly get one back. And I think that's really important where, you know, they were a little inconsistent in the shooting side earlier on in this series.
And Sault College will let in another one, but, you know, coming into this set, no one really gave Sault a snowball's chance in the hottest place on earth to win this match. But I do think that they came out in these first 2 games and kept it close, and they had a couple of really nice opportunities. They looked strong in the transition game. Game 3 was definitely the highlight game for them. They were able to capitalize and build off the things that they had started in the first 2 games. They got consistent offense. They had Duck doing stuff like that. That's a beautiful goal from Duck. And those sorts of things I think Sault can, you know, hang their hat up on as they performed against Nova, because it's been difficult to handle, and it's been difficult for how much defense that they've had to play. But I do think for, you know, where Sault sit in all of the Eastern Conference, I definitely think you have to give it to them. They put up a good fight here against Nova.
And it's tough, especially when Titanium is now 6 goals for 9 shots. He's about to put up 1,000 points in this game. So he is having himself one heck of a game here against Sault College. And it's just tough because you feel like Sault, wow, look at that pass. Josher couldn't convert. But Sault College definitely gave Nova a run for their money here, Jorby. And that's kind of what we talked about getting into this series. It felt like, you know I had myself, this was supposed to be a 3-0 for Nova, and it was not an easy 4-game series here against Sault. They definitely put up a fight, and not only that, they improved throughout the series as well. Nova had to adapt to a lot of the changes that Sault College made, and unfortunately it wasn't enough, but you can see how good this Sault College team could be, and you know, a bit more time with each other, you might see them come back in future seasons and do just a lot better here against some of the top teams.
Well, Sault would love to see in the next iteration of Collegiate Rocket League, but Nova, they will take this victory against Sault College. I absolutely agree with everything that you said, Corelli. The Nighthawks proved to be too powerful for Sault College to handle, and they will get their 11th win on the season, and I believe that solidifies them in the 3rd spot in the Eastern Conference. Could be wrong. You know, it's not my job. I'll let F-Dom explain where those standings are. But, you know, Nova, they just want to be in good position for the playoffs. I think when you look at the top 2 teams in this conference, their work is definitely cut out for them. But Nova tend to play up to their competition, so I'm excited to see what they have to bring to the table as the season comes to a close.
Yeah, Nova are sitting in the 3rd spot, and, you know, rightfully so. This is a team that is extremely strong. They have a fantastic roster here. There was a couple of strange things happening here with Josher a few times that I think if they had played maybe one of the more top teams that they would have been exposed. But still, Nova, obviously, we've always said a top 4 quality team, sitting currently now 3rd. And again, rightfully so. Nova has proven themselves to be a fantastic team. And like you said, for Sault College, I look forward to them in the future. Unfortunately, not the season they wanted, but you definitely can see the potential of this team.
Absolutely. Nova getting their 11th win. We got 2 more matches to close out week number 6 here on the A stream. If you got to get up, get a snack, go to the bathroom, do all of that, we'll be back in a couple minutes.